Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I was going to say what a lovely weekend it's going to be, but just started the video and the heavens have just opened up. Yeah, you'll probably see from the thumbnail my 5 favourite things about, not just about st220s, but this one, my st220, I lovingly called TIGS. You've probably all seen him on the channel, you've seen him at shows and stuff, but when I originally bought him, I've had this car 2 years now. Well, 2 years in August. I've gone through about 3 or 4 different suspension setups, 3 or 4 sets of wheels. I think he's had 6 interiors in him. Yeah, he's had quite a few bits on him, but yeah, I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about him. Bored really, so instead of sitting on the settee on a Friday night watching telly, I'd come out here and do this. You've probably all seen my car not long ago sold. I called him Turkish. Basically, as I built him, as I was thinking about putting bits on that, I thought, will it work, won't it work? So when I bought the parts, I put them on TIGS first, see how TIGS reacted with it, you know, where it be mechanical, suspension parts, fuel pumps. It ran a Cytec 044, well, common 044 type, compatible Bosch that I used to run Coils with. Had an in-pump tank. I ran that in TIGS for a bit. He ran perfect. So that was all put on here first. When I first did the upgrade, brake upgrade, seeing what sort of pads to run, front and rear, I ran them in TIGS first. All the plugs and everything, all the different powder coated things. That's why a lot of the time you'll see TIGS with the bonnet down, because he's usually got parts on there that are going on other vehicles. But yeah, so, but yeah, as you all know, TIGS, I've had him, I would say, nearly 2 years. And yeah, he's a good old bus. I've been everywhere in this car. Been Scotland in him 2 or 3 times. I've been down to Isle of Wight. Been across to Ipswich. Thought you were there, Kyle. Mr. Stacey. Been across Wales 2 or 3 times, picking parts up. People like Bevan. I've had a full st220 engine in the boot of this. It's got all load springs on the back, and what I've done is, you'll probably know the trick, Ben Page will tell you, where you take the tab off the back suspension to drop it down. I've done that, but what I've done is I've moved the tab up. I've retained the tab, but cut it off and sheepishly welded it back on an inch higher up. So this has got £250 per square inch rear coils on it, and I've got 16mm caravan coil spring assisted rubbers in it. So it's quite rigid, old TIGS. Full system Miltech. Toyo Sport D-cats with it's got, I think it's about 2.75 inch headers on it. Yeah, it's got quite big headers on it, old TIGS has. If you've all heard him, he revs quite fast, and he's a good car. He's a good car. So he's coming off the road in September. That's why I'm doing a few videos about him. Coming off the road, and hopefully the estate will be on. After that, he'll take the reins up, old home slice, in for ready state. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, you've probably all noticed he's wearing his LED lights again. So the LED lights that are in Turkish, they was originally in here. They was in here for, well, I originally had smoke ones in this I bought off of Sam Adams, but I didn't like them. So I sold them and I bought a set of red ones. I liked them. Took them out, put them in Turkish, and I bought another set. And then I sold them Dave Collins. And then I bought another set for Bradley Scott, bought them, sold them, and then I bought these set off Mr. Phil Stringer. And that's where they've ended up, filling here, look. So, yeah, so, from 5 down to 1, number 5. I think it's just the all-round, yeah, space of the car, the boot space, the things that you can do with them. Put them seats down, you can get anything in the boot of them. Yeah, it's, like I say, I've been away in this car a couple of times, done the old skeg run with the wife and the kids, well, grandkids. Been away, as you know. Old Bertie loves the car, so every time he comes in here, he sheds that much yeah, after either the car out, and me being a yeah, perfectionist, I do not like to see any dirt in the car. Went Santa Pod at the weekend, and yeah, that's about as dirty as you'll see it. There's an old car, but this is as dirty as you'll see him. He's always clean inside. Bert's footprint look from yesterday. But yeah, so doors are clean on this, and nah, not really. It needs 2 new rear doors, so I've got them in stock. This is being painted again at Ford. But yeah, say number 5 would be the carrying. It's a wide range of things you can get in the boot, sort of thing. Number 4, the things I really like about this car are the wheels. I mean, I know they're RS wheels. It's been done before. It's been done to death. As you'll probably know, I had silver wheels on this. The reason at the time I had 5 sets. I'm down to 3 now, but I had 5 sets. Now I had a set of out the box ones, 19. It's all genuine RS ones. I had them on TIGS for a while. Then I had these wheels. These are painted. If you can, any you catch your mind back, Ford Polaris Grey. That's Escort Cosworth Grey. That's what colour these have been painted. Not powder coated. These are painted. These ones. I had these on Turkish, and then I just one day, you get bored, don't you? So I thought I'll do a swap, and I'll put these on. I'll put them on here. I'll swap them over, and I mean that back wheel kicks out quite well on TIGS. I think it suits this really well. So yeah, say number 4, it's how good the wheels look. I mean, he's running 25mm spacers. A lot of people say you can't run 25mm all round. Well, you can. TIGS has had 25mm on it since I've had it, 2 years nearly. He's 50mm load on the front. No, 60mm, sorry, on the front. 60mm load on the front. He was 50mm load on the back, but I've dropped him down another about 3/4 of an inch. So an inch is he's about 70mm, 75mm on the back, but he's still got a lot of room. He's still got a lot of bump on there. Suspension all still works perfect. So number 3, got to be the interiors, isn't it, lads? Guys and girls, it's got to be the interiors. Things you can get in these cars. I mean, the colour wise. A lot of people say blue car, red interior. I said no. I must admit, these interiors go best in a silver car. This red. You put these red seats in a silver car, I don't think there's any better looking combo. Or possibly mag grey. Well, TIGS is shining. Still got rain's all beating on him. Yeah, number 3, it's got to be the interior. The way the interior look, the colour combo, how it's all set out. Seats starting to wear, just starting to pick up there a little bit. Not a lot. Just the overall, the driving, they're awesome to drive. A lot of people say, they can't get the seating right, the little bit, I love them. I don't think you can get a better car. When I run in my last 2 or 3 Cosworths, a lot of people said to me, you must be mad because I earned for one of these cars. I seen one when they first come out. It was a silver one, and I thought, ooh, that looks nice. And it was a Prephase. I still remember it was a 52 plate Prephase in the video I lived in Leicester. And I seen that, I thought, yeah, I want to get me one of them. Said to a couple of my mates, bless them, they've passed on now. So I'm going to get one of them and says, you must be mad. Get rid of your Cosworth for one of these. But I tell you what, I've had a few of them, but these drive better, guys. These drive better. All round cars, you will not beat these cars. The things that you can, the endless possibilities. I know I was going to turbo this, but I looked into it, looked at the costs. The costs weren't bad. The mechanics do all that themselves, but you know what? I didn't want to spoil how good the car is. I didn't want to be on it all the time. You turbo a car, you end up driving it around like a knob. We've all done it, all been there, all done it. And I didn't want to do that to TIGS. I like the car too much. He's worth more than that to me. All my cars I've got a few old cars, I've got a few newer cars, and like out of all of them, this is the one I'd keep. And if I had to sell, if I had to keep one, if I had to choose, it'd be this one. This would be the one that I'd definitely 100% keep. So, now that's saying, I'll be buried in it. That's the same with this car. I got my nice red Focus ST, I got my orange ST, I got my Estate. A lot of people love that. It is a nice car. In some ways, he's now a lot cleaner. He's like new underneath. But yeah. So, what we're down to? Number 2. Is it number 2? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, I think it's number 2. I think it's got to be. Bear with me a minute. I can't believe how busy this road is. That look. That is a look I love about these cars. How menacing the front of these cars look. I did have a bra on them at once, and yeah, you get through phases, don't you? Yeah. It's the stance of them. I think that's got to be the number 2. How they look. I mean, a lot of people love like a Marmite colour the ink, and don't get me wrong, on camera this looks quite good on the camera. But I've had a few people at Santapod. They come to me, a couple of my subscribers, and said, "Do you mind if we look at TIGS, have a listen to him?" And the few people that look says, "He's a lot cleaner, you know." He actually looks in the video. Yeah. The number 1, I think you'll all agree, is the noise. The noise that these cars emit. So, I'll start him up for you and let you have a listen. She's warm anyway, just pulled up. Well, there you go. Quick 5 things I love about TIGS. It's yeah. I don't think, to be honest, there's out I really dislike about it. Even the fuel. It's good on fuel, old TIGS is. The ML lights on, look. We do that sometimes, but what you load have got to realise is, and like a lot of people I speak to, I noticed yesterday that the light out. I say to people, you know, the newest one of these 2007. So you know, the newest one. What's that making? 15-year-old. That's the newest one. I mean, this is a 2004. You know, done 128,000 TIGS has, but people will tell you that's drove him. He drives like he's done 28,000. But that's all down to maintenance. Preventative maintenance. Treat these cars well. Check your oils in them. Don't say, you know, Mike from up the road says every 15,000 miles I can do. Listen, these cars are getting old. If you do short trips in them all the time, you need to change your oil and filter at a more regular interval than you would if you're driving on long. These cars are meant for doing long distance. You keep doing short distance in these cars and they will get moisture in the oil. You've got to keep changing the oil. You keep on top of the oils. I change every 3 services I do on this. This gets serviced every 2,000 miles. Every 2,000 miles, every service I do on this, every 3rd one I'll change the gear oil. It has a fuel filter. It has a full service. All the rocker covers that took off, I'll check all the cams, the cam caps, check so everything's mainly lubed. I do everything on it. Brakes wise, you've got to keep on top of your brakes, guys. You know these cars. And brake cables, seize up. Jack the car up. If you have, chances are you've put a new set of handbrake cables on it. If you've not, they're only 40 quid. Whack a set on. Day before you put them on, get an old tub of oil, drop them in the bucket of oil. Fucking message of, but drop it in the bucket of oil. Let that oil get inside them cables. Once you've done that, fit them on, and then every time you service the car, grease them. Where water can get in, make sure it can't with grease. Just make sure you keep on top of these cars because they're getting few and far between, and too many of them are being broke. These cars are worth saving. Each to their own. I mean, I've had quite a few st200's and I wish I'd kept them now. But yeah, people used to say to me when I built Turkish, which one would you keep, Turkish or TIGS? And I'd say to people, if it come to it and I had to sell them, Turkish should go first. And people thought I were joking, but I weren't. So yeah, look after these cars and these cars will look after you. At the end of the day, they're a mechanical car, but there's not a lot of mechanical cars out there at this price that will give you this much fun. You all know this, guys, anyway. If you own one of these cars, you obviously do because you'll be on it. That's why you're on this channel. Keep watching. And these cars, you know, they're going to start going up in price, and there's going to be more of a collector's scene, I can assure you. Even for the silver ones, yeah. Even the silver ones, there's hope for all of us. So, just think, silver people, keep saving, keep saving, keep saving. One day you'll be able to afford a paint job. That's pointing mainly at my son, dickhead. Sam Houghton. Right, guys, been emotional. I'm going to go now because it started to rain and it's just getting on my tits, really. Right, I'll see you later. See you later, bye.